Well, the environmentalists certainly have something in common. They're all very, very wealthy. They're all very disconnected from ordinary people. They're very disconnected from the soil. They're very disconnected from where things come from. You know, one of the things that's very funny, I often tell people the story with environmentalists. You know, they push this idea of eating locally. And it's kind of fun to be here in California because I always say that works really well if you live in California. It doesn't work well if you're from Ireland. You know, I can understand you guys pushing eating locally because it'd be beautiful, and obviously you've all this gorgeous potential here, which is being squandered now. But in Ireland, eating locally is disastrous. I think it's very elitist. I think people like Al Gore live fabulously wealthy lives, very, very disconnected from everything. And then they come up with nonsense. I mean, a good story we've often tell is, you know, how do you know you're really, really wealthy? It's when your children come home from college and say, "Mummy, Daddy, I'm an environmentalist." It's a real proof that you really are loaded. You know, that's how you know.
It's not a Cadillac anymore, it's not a boat. It's when your child becomes an environmentalist, because then you know they're so far disconnected from the real world.
They don't know where anything comes from. They plug in stuff to the wall in their Manhattan apartments, and they have no idea that more than half of the electricity in America comes from coal. You know, they just don't know that. And they have ridiculous ideas that we could power America with windmills. Well, get out of town, you know? And I love what Phelim and I always say is the challenge to environmentalists is when your child needs an operation, I challenge every environmentalist to send that child to a hospital that's only powered by windmills. You know, that's what they should do.
And then, I mean, do you want your child on the operating table and the wind stops blowing? The answer is no. Well, if it's not good enough for your child, it's not good enough for the children of America, and it's not good enough for the children of the developing world. So stop foisting your upper class guilt onto helpless people across America and across the world.